We're still live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. And my next guest is a newbie I have with me, Alan Altair, and he is the owner of AIG Home Solutions. Welcome to the show. You know, tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do. You've got a cool hat on, too.
Oh, certainly, and thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm a native from the Valley. I was in the Navy for a while, and so I developed AIG Home Solutions in order to kind of give back to the community. So my main focus is dealing with renters. Renters who have either been told or have the implication or whatnot that they can't be homeowners, and I want to basically give them a route to home ownership. It may not be now and may not be next year, but eventually get them on a path in order to own their own homes.
Well, that's really cool because, you know, there's a lot of people out there that got hurt, you know,
Yes,
in the crash, and everybody thinks that's all over. I don't think it really is. Yeah, maybe you're not losing homes right and left right now, but a lot of people who lost their homes then, they went to rent.
Right.
And they've been renting for years, and they may not even realize that they can possibly even be already ready to get in there in a home.
Right, exactly. And so what I do is I partner up with other professionals who they're a lot better. They're a lot better at looking into someone's credit and history and financial standpoint and whatnot. And so I get them in contact with these people in order to find out where they are right now. And if they're ready for a house right now, we can move on that right now. But if they're not ready, it's like, well, your credit still has a ding here and there. It's like, well, let's get them on a plan to maybe do a lease option strategy, for example, and then give them those 2 years to build up their credit to a point where they can do a refinance and purchase that house and become homeowners.
Now let's talk about this. You are an investor?
Yes.
So what makes an investor differ from a real estate agent?
So the biggest difference between a real estate agent and investor are the tools available to them. A real estate agent really is only going to work with two things. They're going to work with a conventional loan from a bank, and they're going to work with cash. And the challenge that comes with that is what it takes to qualify for those loans. You have to have the right debt to income ratio, you have to have other qualifiers, and you have to have sometimes 20% down for this house. Investors, there's a class that I took, there were 20 different strategies to purchase and sell a home. 20 different, and it had nothing to do with qualifying for a mortgage. And so we just, the tools available at our disposal, that's the biggest difference between real estate agents and what an investor is capable of doing.
And you're an investor.
I am an investor.
So
that is
people
correct.
need to understand that that's what you want. That's why you're making that definition.
Correct. Yeah. So and that's just the thing. Investors really have been kind of getting a negative reputation, especially with specifically with lowball offers. Yeah, that is a strategy for investors, but that's not the only strategy. Some of them even allow us to purchase a house at market value, depending on what the conditions of the house are and the needs of the client are, whether you're on the purchasing or selling side. And so that's really where my standpoint is. So I'm not representing buyers or representing sellers as an agent. I'm actually purchasing these houses and finding the right homes for them.
The right fit.
The right fits.
Now, how do you stand out then from the other investors that are out there?
So with my military background, I'm also a graduate from Grand Canyon University.
Thank you for that, by the way.
There's a huge focus on servant leadership, which is putting the customers and the clients first, and really acting as a servant rather than just as a sole leader, worried about yourself and the business. It's worried about the customers, and the business will take care of itself. If you have a good business model, it'll take care of itself. And so I'm a BBB accredited. So what that basically means, if you're not aware, is there's a huge emphasis on customer satisfaction, and the focus is on the client and not on the business itself. There's quite a bit involved with that in order to become accredited, and so that's really the main difference between me and where I see other investors, is that focus on the client and filling their needs.
Now you're valley-wide. That's
correct. Yeah. So I'm currently in the Surprise Glendale area, but I'm able to work anywhere in the valley. I never build up an inventory and then look for a buyer. So I'm trying to find out what people need first, and then I look for the inventory that fits their needs, and that really allows me a lot more of opportunities to look all around the valley.
Now, you do a free consultation with them?
That's exactly right. The biggest thing is the conversation. So before I know what a client needs, I can't fill those needs, and so there needs to be a conversation. Well, it'd be pointless for me to charge for a consultation if I don't know what you need to begin with. And so then if I'm able to help, then we'll move on from there. If I'm not able to help, I usually know another investor that can help out, or if a real estate agent is the way to go, I'll direct them to an agent if they don't already have one.
Now, your phone number, it's 480-771-3278. It's AIG Home Solutions.com, and you're looking out there to reaching out through me for people who are looking possibly for, instead of renting, to own a home.
Right, and that's my primary focus. And really it's whether you're buying or selling, it's a good idea to talk to an investor just because of their available tools that they have available. They're able to work in certain ways. If you have available time and you have like 3 to 5 years, you just want to sell, we have tools for those. If you have to sell by tomorrow, let's say that you got a job in another state, we have tools in order to take over payments and make that work for the person. But it starts with that conversation in order to find out what those needs are so that we can get those filled.
It's a free consultation. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. His phone number, it's 480-771-3278. The website is AIGHomesolutions.com. So who could benefit from reaching out to you?
Anybody can benefit from more information. The more information that you have on what you're buying and selling, the better. Like I was saying before, if I'm not able to fill those needs, like if there's if someone's credit is really good, they have the time, they have the patience. Maybe dealing with an investor is not in their best interest. Maybe it is a real estate agent, in which case I can direct them towards that path. But the limitations that an agent has, if you go to an agent first, they're going to tell you, well, this is the only option. You have to qualify for a loan, or someone has to qualify for a loan, or they're dealing with the market values of everything, and it's kind of restricting if you start from there just because of the limited information that they would have available.
Well, I love what you said. You said anyone can benefit from more information.
That's exactly
And that's exactly what this show is all about for everybody out there. It's information. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone that you know. Someone that you know is renting. Maybe you've got somebody that's renting into your house, something that you want out there. You want to get them out.
Yeah, that's true.
Could be any situation.
You could have somebody, like if you have a friend or family member and you know that they were struggling, but they're doing better, but maybe they have the humility, they don't want to reach out and do something different, or maybe they got that 2007, 2008 scare where they're afraid of the housing market. More information is always better to find out, like, do they qualify for a loan, and what would that look like? Would their payments be lower? They have more options, more opportunities.
Well, their phone number is 480-771-3278. It's AIGHomesolutions.com, and he says it starts with a conversation, and that's and everybody's story is different. Exactly. I've been saying that for years now, because that market, with everything that happened, people have a story, and it's not like it used to be where when you if you didn't have bad credit or you had a little ding, that was it. Now they want to talk to you because I think they want people to have home ownership, and I think there's a way of getting it done more than they understand.
If I had more time, I'd go over a few more of the stats, but the thing is that home ownership definitely has a huge impact financially. Even if the rent to mortgage payments are the same, the fact that they're owning their own homes, people they treat money differently, they view their lives differently, and that really has a positive impact on their lives. So it is something to consider.
That phone number to call them, it's 480-771-3278. It's AIGHomesolutions.com. We only have a minute, so we're going to go ahead and just say, so when somebody calls you, what can they expect? Real quick.
Basically what it comes down to is the conversation. I'm going to get the numbers and the stats down just to find out what kind of inventory are we dealing with, or what kind are we looking for, but then it's the conversation. What are the needs of the client? Because the needs change. It's a case-by-case basis. Everyone needs something different. And so really, what can they expect? They can expect a conversation, and I'm going to treat them like a person and find out what they need.
Well, it is all about that, and there's a lot of people out there that I know for fact that are renting that may not even realize that they can get into a home, and it's going to make you think about things differently, about yourself and about everything, and it's really great for everybody. Now check it out on his website. It's AIGHomesolutions.com. You can also call him. He does free consultations. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. His phone number is 480-771-3278.